Welcome back, everybody. Ross here, continuing with NieR Replicant. It's been a bit since I last played this. I don't know, it's fine in short spurts, but I don't know. I can't play this game and... I don't know. There's nothing wrong with the game itself. It's fine. I just feel like I can't keep my attention span focused these days. Like, God, I lose interest in things so fast. I'm doing it a lot. I start something, and I stop it, and then I pick it up later, and then I stop it after a little bit, and it's everything I play or do right now, it seems. Wait, what are we even doing? Heading back to town. Okay. Oh, right. We saved the Prince of Facade in the Baron Temple. He was searching for the Mask of the King to officially succeed his father. That's right. That's what we're...
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh?
Those rules are important to the masked people.
You don't say.
I do. And I think it's important we respect that.
Well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy? I'm not a kid, you know.
Hey, less talking, more walking.
Give me your parts. Also saw the Monster Hunter Rise update news. Valstrax. I've always wanted to fight that thing. I never played Generations Ultimate. And after World, I can't see myself going back to an older style game. Like, I booted up original Generations, and I just looked at it like, what am I doing? The days of needing a wiki open at all times to understand the effing game, I can't go back to those days. I can't go back now. So maybe I'll finally get Rise soon. He says, with like 15 games on his backlog that he hasn't even played or finished yet. Like a bunch I haven't even started. I'm spending all this money, but not using it. And then wonder why I'm poor. Lizard! Oh yeah, what do I have for quests right now? Bout of the Twins. Alright, the tales for their gross drink. And a ship looking for wool, rubber. I just need a crap ton of goat hides. Yona's gift. A melon for Yona. Need herbs, and I just need one more wheat for a signature dish. Item unknown. Facade's palace needs you to run an errand. States she can't expressly name the item, so you must search for 10 round striped food. Okay. So that'd be watermelons, right? Goat! I need your hides. Not meat, hides! Damn the desire sensor! There's no escaping Monster Hunter. That's some garbo luck. Any more goats up here? Lizard! Goats! Meat. Hey, one hide. Funny I'm playing this instead of Biomutant, considering how hyped I've been for Biomutant for years. It'll be here when I get back. I'm playing that in my own time, not doing a series on it. That's for me. I haven't gone too far, but I've enjoyed it so far. Combat's a little jank, but not enough to ruin it. Like, I don't know, it feels like sometimes the game just eats your inputs and your character just doesn't do your moves. It's like, man, I want to be fancy, but you're making it a little hard here. Did you have a quest before?
Hey, you can get into Facade, right? I've got a thank you gift I need delivered, and I'm hoping you can help me out.
Oh, a fragile... Oh.
No problem.
Great. Oh, and it's kind of fragile, so don't roll around or get knocked over along the way, all right? Just get that to the weapon shop in Facade. And thanks again.
Well... Dang it. Weapon shop, right? Okay.
You want to try your hand at this job, Kaine?
Are you serious? Hell no.
Hussies are only good for breaking things anyway.
What was
Maybe
that?
I'll start with you.
I was like, I saw the prompt to grab something. I was like, what was that? I didn't see the lizard. Fuck off! Fuck off! More damn meat. Give me hides. I swear to God, game. Oh my God. Did see that one though. Just have you take care of anything that comes at us, Vice. Shoot the crap out of it. And Kaine just doing flips for shits and giggles. You do you, girl. I love her energy. I always forget she Naruto runs when I ready to take a break from this game. Also, in talking about games that are not the game I'm playing right now, I am so addicted to Hades right now. I got it, I don't even remember when. Forever, you know, half a year, longer. And I played the crap out of it when I did get it. But, I think it was like 12, 13 tries that I finally was able to actually beat Hades himself. And escape. And then I just kind of stopped playing. And not out of ignorance, I did know there was more after your first victory. But I don't know. I think I just had like a bunch of other crap to play, and I'm like, alright, I think I'm done for the time being! Jesus Christ! Thanks, Kanye! Jeez. I'll be stocked for wolf materials. A couple weeks ago, I picked it up again and started playing it, and now I'm just like, I'm having a lot of trouble putting it down. I am just so hooked now. The late endgame stuff is really fun in Hades. I also just unlocked my first summons, and it's like, oh my lord, they just keep adding crap. And it's beautiful. Fuck you, Dad. Although, actually, it seems you can't use summons on Hades himself. At least both of the ones I've got so far, you can't. Fuck off. Ugh. The enemies in here have drastically increased now that I'm carrying something I can't get hit with. Ugh, more shades. Just don't even get close. Don't give them the chance. Well, he seems plenty powerful enough to handle them. These small fries. No! Goth. You dare approach me? You must die! Oh god. Oh god.
was that?
It is known as a scorpion.
Ugh!
Phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Chelicerata, order Scorpionidae. They are closely related in form and structure to other arachnids.
I am so not following you right now.
It's an enemy. Kill it.
Now that I understand.
Like, it's a spider with crab claws and a freaking death tail. Kill it! Okay, so they're scorpions. Alright. Weapon shop. Okay, it was down to the right.
Hi there. I've got a parcel for you.
あてとじいさん年とたとさらとお礼我が届せてたくぞがいか
We'd better report back to the client.
Alright, mission accomplished. I can roll it again. Ow, dick. Oh shit, I'm poisoned. Bad dog. I don't think my party members have actual health, right? That's just for show, really. Here, boy. Fuck you. Hey, you don't want none of this. Fuck off. That's right, poison fucking does a number on you in this game. Now loading. Bright day today. Oop. Where'd you go, you little bastard? Goats! I require thy skin. For fuck's sake! Oh my god. Look at that RNG. Fuck you, game! Fuck you so hard. Leather! Boop. Why can't I hold all these wiggly, scaly boys? I think lizards are so cute.
Your delivery is complete.
Thanks. Here's what I owe you.
Alright, $3 grand. Thank you, good sir. Pleasure doing business. Okay, we're going to check on Yona. That's right, Connie doesn't follow us into town. I forgot. Again? All my crops are fucking dead. Okay, I'm just gonna stop planning stuff. I need to look up a guide for how the farming in this fucking game works. Like, what the shit? Do I have to use fertilizer? Is time and water not enough? Hey, Yona.
Yona?
Oh, hey.
How are you feeling?
Better, now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
Sure.
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yeah, Yona. I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him, I can't hear him, I can't hear him, I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face expressionless as his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait. It's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S. Then there's an E? I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. A sealed verse. The thing I'm looking for. The key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. D-R-E-A-M. Dream? What? The hell does that mean? The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. F-O-R-E-S-T-O-F-M-Y-T-H. The next morning. Then morning comes.
Just a dream. Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Because I had a dream too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
Same dream.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream, and Forest of Myth. But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We should play a game together sometime too.
Sure, Yona.
Don't forget the melon.
Yeah, well, our field sucks, so your melon gonna have to wait.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
You hear anything about prophetic dreams, Popola? Cause some weird shit going down.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice on the matter. Recently there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream, evil, dream, empty, dream, curse, dream, evil, dream, someone, dream.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
Yeah, I went there
The Forest of Myth is to the north. After you
early
cross
in the
small
beginning of the
wooden
game.
bridge in the northern
In the
plains.
very beginning. I remember everyone just kind of stood around. I couldn't interact with anyone at all. And Vice said he had a bad feeling about the place, like something was wrong. I'm like, yeah, I got the vibe too, even without you saying that. Yep, we got another figure, another boss down.
We saw this cube back in the Baron Temple.
Perhaps the Prince of Facade gave it to Popola as a gift?
What's that missing one on the top left? I'm weirdly energetic today. Guess I was so tired and I freaking slept almost all day yesterday, the day before. Guess it's about time to even out. Right, hit the save before I head out. And actually, because it seems like the bar is where you go for reports of any new side quests that become available, so let's go see if Devil has got anything.
What have we got today? Which job should I give you first?
Tangled message.
I've got a job from Facade, fresh off the grill. You certainly know a lot of people, don't you? You're a real mover and shaker. Come back whenever you have a free minute. Which
got something in
job
Facade.
should I give you first? I heard from a man who wants you to track down his son. It's a little weird though, because the kid is actually a grown man.
From
I
where?
wrote down the client's location on your map.
Okay, here in town.
Oh, which job should I give you first?
Apology from a fool?
Wait, what the heck? Seriously? Okay, so apparently someone in Facade wants you to fix his broken marriage.
No.
Come back whenever you... Oh, Which job should I give you first?
Littlest hero.
I have a job from Facade. Somebody's worried about his son. Come back whenever you...
Okay, we got quite a few in Facade now. At least 3. Let's go check this one out. Since, you know, we're right here.
Excuse me, but have you seen my son?
I don't think so. Why? Is something wrong?
When I got home, I found a note from him that said he was leaving and not to look for him. What if he's left the village? Please, you have to help me. I'll pay you whatever you want. My son shouldn't be too hard to spot. He wears a very odd hat. You can see it from a mile away.
Okay. If I see him, I'll let him know his father is worried about him.
Well, if you don't talk to Devila first, you won't know that you're looking for a grown-ass person.
Welcome. Thanks for your...
Then we're gonna cross the weapon shop, needs help finding his runaway son, wears an unusual looking hat. No more information. Anything up with you two lovebirds? No? I forget about this little pier back here. Oh god. That's right, can't swim. Alright, onward to the Forest of Myth. Probably go murder some sheep along the way. Looks like something already did the job for me. Oh. Die. Ow. Oh. Yeah, I probably shouldn't pick at that. He says as he continues to pick at the scab. Wow, that is a crunchy one. What the heck happened to my ear? Okay, I'll have to take a look at that later. Alright, what's the dealio, people?
Beware. Beware the words
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind. It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at the two.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
Uh-oh.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words. But before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here.
He said,
Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
said the mayor.
I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm his suspicions, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the Death Dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, and quickly changed the subject to who Dracian had seen, and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream.
Said the mayor.
A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Dracian and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Dracian like a contagion. Wait, said Dracian suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Dracian's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Dracian. That sounds right, he said as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the Death Dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. And perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping out the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Dracian nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, he said, just ask. Now, hold on, I did not just say that! Silence! Cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Dracian to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right! I had no idea you were coming! The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He had almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing words of Dracian and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As Dracian slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Dracian's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree. His hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of the time urging Dracian to pick up the pace, and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Dracian snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk! Dracian leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Dracian slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? Dracian could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed. The forest howled. And then, just as Dracian's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Tweet, 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 tweet. Wooma, wooma. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Dracian began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced. But maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? A seesaw! Something that's ideal with 2 people, but dangerous with 3. Oh, a seesaw! Weiss's mouth flew open. Before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. When Dracian came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words. Words he had heard somewhere before. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. Okay, we fucked it. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, Dracian sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Dracian like a rippling wave, opening a new path. Those forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Dracian moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Dracian after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Dracian picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it! Dracian grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look! Cried Dracian, awakening Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. What the fuck is happening? That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Dracian walked over and pounded the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open with a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, and his face was obscured by mist. Began Dracian, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but in the night with 3, what am I? Dracian tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing here, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Dracian. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? I don't. But end the night with 3? I don't know, a man? The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor! Cried Dracian. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Dracian watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Dracian and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Dracian's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. Ah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We've not even told you if we were successful or not! The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Dracian withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least, I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Dracian filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Dracian cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Dracian and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Weiss. It is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall, and once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had awakened from their dream. Draken shook the mayor's shoulder gently. "Good news," he said. "I think we made it." "Oh, wow," said the mayor in an odd voice. "We did. I'm back." He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. "You two have no idea how much this means." "The death dream was spreading through our village, and I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream." The mayor started to stand and collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Draken and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. "Real life may take some getting used to," said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. "You shall relearn in short order, I am sure," said Weiss. "For now, you should return to your home and rest." "No," said the mayor, swaying on his unsteady feet. "No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them." The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. "This is a holy tree," he explained, when the prayer was finished. "It's the guardian of our village's history and memories." "Superstition will only make our mission harder," muttered Weiss. "We should not put our faith in the gods." The mayor shook his head. "Not the gods, the words. Legends say that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse." Draken and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. "I say," muttered Weiss, "this is certainly a stroke of luck." As the three of them said their goodbyes, Draken mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had been left with. "I once saw a version of you that was not yourself," muttered the mayor. "What in the world does that mean?" Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. "You know," he said softly, "this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too." Draken tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. "Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything." Draken gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something very wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Dark execution. Summon spikes from the ground to impale enemies.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Now I can finally
This is one of the most...
I know.
What the hell was that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's spiky time. Literally none of these do anything. Okay. Alright, that was, wacky. Like, the fuck? So I can talk to people here now?
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
I don't really want to. Is it gonna be more fucking storybook time?
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
I figured a book like you would be in all this word stuff, Weiss.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Weiss and Draken had never seen such a sight. Their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Weiss?
As Weiss considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Draken nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, a thin wisp of grass pushed up to the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Draken lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Weiss tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some matter of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Draken glanced at Weiss's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Draken's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Weiss in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Draken lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. Water! He cried. It's water! Water? Asked Weiss. Preposterous, I don't see any water. Over there! Just look ahead of us! Look, the sun's reflecting off of it! Without waiting for a response, Draken sprang to life and bounded toward the site. What in the... There was no water, nothing but sand in every direction. Draken closed his eyes and sighed as Weiss floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such a thing. Draken shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly, he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is! I just missed it! Look, it's right there! Draken sprinted off again, leaving Weiss with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Draken came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up to Draken and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here! Draken's face clouded. There isn't? There is not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Weiss paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase is not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art. Draken looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge! Cried Draken, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big! Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires in their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said Draken. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Draken and Weiss eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Draken uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one Beta, and the final one Gamma. As Dracian moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the three statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. "Hey, look at that," said Dracian. "They're alive." The triplets bowed low before Dracian. "Please," said Alpha, "you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real." "Stop lying," said Beta. He turned to Dracian and threw his hands in the air. "Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one." "What a load of crap," said Gamma. "Beta's a fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here." Their respective pleas given, the three statues returned their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. Alright. When you consider all the statements, only one of them could be the real thing. Dracian furrowed his eyebrows, considered his answer. Huh. Alpha said help me. Beta said Alpha's a liar, he's real. Gamma says Beta's the liar, it's real. So only one tells the truth, the others lie. Okay, so only Beta or... So both Beta and Gamma... Alpha. Beta's the liar, I'm real. And if Beta was lying, saying that he's real and that Alpha's lying... But that would mean Alpha was telling the truth and was the... I'm just gonna go with my first instinct. Gamma. The eyes of the statue shone with an eerie light. The light grew stronger and stronger until the two were forced to turn away.
It would seem we failed.
Yeah,
God damn it!
We'd best act more...
This is the worst job ever.
Fuck!
And another
I figured a book.
Alright, back in we go. Oh my god, this is obnoxious.
We'd be...
Yeah, Beta saying Alpha. Oh, god damn it. I'm an idiot! Fucking hell! Boy, I feel... I'm thinking about it again. I feel really, really fucking stupid right now. Oh, god. The Dracian's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence. He was relieved to see Weiss nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Weiss in the dry tones of a lecturer, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let's presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume Beta told the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Weiss finished the explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Weiss in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as he could go before an uncomfortable Dracian pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Weiss. Have you been to this city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could ever have been to a place like this. but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Dracian. Just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck Dracian during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too.
I thought I was a goner there. Thanks for the help. What a strange dream. It almost felt familiar somehow.
Well, that was annoying. Oh god, and there's one more still. And I don't get anything for that. Maybe if I get both of them. Ugh. I don't want to... Well, this is a boring fucking episode. Alright. I'm gonna leave that there for now, everybody. Actually, fuck it. Since we've gone through all this, let's wrap up this stupid dream story.
This person... Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
I breathe air, send it with death, and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath the stairway in the long-unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior! I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my adult mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me! I cry. For all the love of the gods, help me! And possibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands, covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Dracian. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Dracian extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are as keen as ever. They recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open to see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Okay, no choice. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpeted velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies in a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound. Whether scream or laughter, I cannot be certain, and my mind grants me merciful blackness. I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors. Well, we went north, so south would just take us back the way, right? At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray this is the way out. Eventually I can stand the side of the waters no longer, so I turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth, and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp to the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I've been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. East? The end of the path. I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rest china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains. This is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, and slowly back away from the table, desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me. My gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasped frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment, though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. "Break it down!" someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Dracian and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives away, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. "How can I thank you?" I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. "I should surely have died in there." Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. "Your dress?" asked Weiss. "Then you are a woman, madam." "I am," I proffer the two with a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see the one known as Dracian is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life, as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I've had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very
Same.
much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Thank you so much for saving me. I never want to have a dream like that again.
Yeah, yours was fucked, lady. Good lord.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Faith.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Better be fucking valuable.
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Weaker, but very light. Good effing lord. So, Force the Myth done. So that does it for this episode of NieR Replicant. Or NieR Visual Novel. Except no visuals. What the fuck is this? What am I Whatever. So this episode's gonna suck and be boring, but whatever. That's the game, everybody. So, until next time, have a good evening, everyone, and take care of yourselves.